What is going on, everybody? So, I've had the Kaleidescape Strato V for a week, and this is footage from last week. I was so excited when I got this in last Saturday. I did a quick unboxing, and this is my commentary on top of it. So, they give you some pretty cool things inside of here. It does come with THX HDMI 2.1, and I was introduced to that previously through Home Theater Man. So big shout out to you. But Kaleidescape includes that in the device. Very high quality cables. They also give you a Cat 6 unshielded Ethernet cable, which they have some great instructions and tips in terms of getting the best optimal experience. Also comes with some informational sheets, some informational guides, things like that. Of course, you're going to have the power brick and power supply in this case, and that's cool as well. And of course, one of the things that I like is that it does come with a pretty sleek remote. Gives you the batteries, and the remote is solid. Now, I haven't used the remote for a week because I have a universal solution that is the Sofa Baton X1S. I do have it connected to it, works flawlessly, and love it in my system thus far. But this does have a remote. It appears to be more Bluetooth only because I cannot point directly at it, and it's still very responsive. So I don't think it's IR based. I think that remote is Bluetooth. And for the price of this system, that should be the standard, going forward and things like that. So generally speaking, Kaleidescape provides a digital store that pretty much allows you to play back at the highest quality of music related content, television shows, and movies. It is the only digital source legally that provides lossless option to their consumer. All right. Now, the device itself, the grand revealing. We get that nice logo on the front, and that does light up in blue. Looks very nice, and you can control that through an interface. On the back, it has like four of those, holders to keep everything in place. And you have your network, your HDMI, your digital audio, your coax, your USB, IRN, a port for the power, and there's a service port on the far right. And it does give you the DTS:X and Dolby Vision, Dolby Atmos logo, of course, Kaleidescape to top it off. And it's compact, it's small enough, and it's nice. All right, so here is the Kaleidescape Strato V interface. It's real simple laid out. Completely black background. Of course, I love that because I have a quantum dot OLED display. New is anything that you downloaded into this player. Played is anything that you played. So if you saw my community tab, this was one of the movies that I believe I shown. And then favorites are movies that you want kept on the server, and so that the server doesn't automatically delete them. Now this is limited storage. This is essentially a 1 terabyte SSD, NVMe, and as new downloads are kicking off, and if you have something that's not in your favorites, or if it's something that you haven't played in a while, then yes, it will remove that movie so that it can make space for the next available content or TV show, any sort of concert, movie that you're trying to download. So you'll put it as favorite so that it can stay on here as long as you would like it to. But typically I download and delete, and everything in here I do plan on watching. I saw Land of Bad. I haven't seen The Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare yet. And I already saw Deepwater Horizon. I just want to get that again. Such an awesome movie. So I'm going to go into new, for example. Now I'll go here. This is what I want to show. So you bring it up, you click on a movie, and it gives you like this poster presentation. And let me adjust my camera here just so you guys can see a little bit of what's going on. Let me shift it a little bit back. All right. So generally here, it gives you a synopsis of the film, you know, the genres, the cast, director, and all that. It tells you it's a 4K HDR10 download, the length of the movie, the aspect ratio, and the year it came out with, and all that, which is nice. I like the posters presentation. Seems to be high quality posters. You know, nothing looks like they're using low quality, you know, posters when it presents to you in this aspect. So I can play the movie from here. I can play a scene. And what's cool about the Kaleidescape is that the content team at the company, they go through the films and they create these preset scenes in which you can demo off in your media room, your entertainment center, or your home theater. These are the scenes that they felt like, okay, if you want to show this movie off to somebody, these are the scenes that we recommend. But you can also create your own scenes as well, which I will get to. So for this movie, they just have Mission Compromised, Hot LZ, Back to the Compound, and Emergency Phone Call. That's nice. You have collections where the system collections are just favorites and played. Then you have more options here, which is you can forget scene, which this allows you to forget a scene or you created or a scene created by a Kaleidescape. I don't really recommend you delete any of the scenes that Kaleidescape builds for you, only because that's a major part of the service that they provide to their clientele. And it's quick and easy to jump in and out of a scene. And you don't have to change the disc, or you don't have to do anything that's going to require a little bit of downtime. You just go to the scene that you want, show it off, go to the next movie, and boom. And because it's all downloaded, it's a near instant playback response, which I like. So that gives you the direction there. And actually, let's do something right quick. And I'm controlling this all from a Sofa Baton remote. I got it hooked up to my universal remote, which is cool. I'm going to play a scene right quick. The quality is crazy in person. Since I'm doing this off of my cell phone, it's not going to be an accurate representation of like what it looks like. Let me just adjust that a bit. Okay. Guess that's as good as it's going to get. All right, I'll play this and look how fast it plays.
Guys.
All right, I'll pause it there. So I got to pause there, and I want to show this menu. I believe I can show some things, which is fine. So here, when you bring up the menu, you get details, you get the audio. So this particular film on Kaleidescape has DTS HD Master Audio 5.1. So if I had to make an educated guess, it's probably not an Atmos mix on streaming. And I don't know about the physical release, who knows? But at the moment, it's DTS HD. And what's cool about Kaleidescape is that as they get more licenses or as upgrades come along their way, they will upgrade these titles. And, they will include the upgrades, they can notify you. There are updates, when it comes to the ecosystem of this company. I can pick subtitles if I wish. I can do scenes. So this is what I meant by you don't have to jump out of the interface necessarily on this part here. You can just pick your scenes from here. And that's real cool. And then you can create some scenes as well. So I'm going to do this. Let's do, I'm already in a scene of example. So let's do this. I'll do the intro actually. So I'll back out. I'm going to go to play movie. I'm going to start all the way over. And I'm going to bring up my menu. Let me actually turn this off. Well, not all the way. Do this. I'm going to go to start new scene. Start of a new scene. Let it be like that. Set end of new scene. I'll pause it. Bring it up. Set end. End of scene. And then save it. I can just say custom. I can do something like, let's just type my name. Just so we can easily recognize it. All right. So now if we go to scenes, as you see, look at that pen. And they even have it favorite. So what are your scenes versus the pre-built scenes that Kaleidescape did. Plus, I called it my YouTube name. It's 19 seconds. So I can click on it here. And as you can see, it's capturing my scene. Now, here's what I don't know as of right now, only because I haven't tested this part out yet. When you create your own scenes, and when you decide that you're ready to delete the TV show, the movie, or whatever you're watching, does it still retain your scenes on the cloud, or do you have to keep this on the local storage? If you guys are interested in that, I can do a follow-up video, just so you're aware. But as of right now, I haven't tested it out to that extent. But you can create your own scenes, even on this new player that they release, which is awesome in my personal opinion. I like it. Look, I like creating my own scenes, but I also like picking from the scenes that they think are great demo-worthy scenes in a theater environment. That's cool. Especially when we get into the Avengers stuff and all that. So, but this is the interface. And it's simple. A lot of people would have wanted the movie wall, but if you can only store 10 movies 4K, and it's more movies, obviously, it depends on the file size, of course. The movie wall looks cool if you have quite a few movies downloaded locally. So it wouldn't really make sense in this player, but I understand. One thing that they should have had it, like day one, it should have been the Kaleidescape store. It should have been directly on this device. Now they give you the ability to use a browser, and they have a dedicated app in the for Apple and the Google Play Store, which I like. And when I press the menu here, I get ready to play. This is where you want to go when you want to get back to your content. This is the status. So you see here, I have 8 movies. It says 9 versions, downloads in progress, none. Available storage, I can fit 3 more HDR UHD movies on here. I can fit 7 high definition movies on here, or I can put 39 standard definitions movies on here. This is with the available storage already. So this isn't these numbers that you're seeing at the available storage. This doesn't represent the number at 1 terabyte. Because if I had 1 terabyte, I wouldn't have nothing on my system at all. So just keep in mind, it's not just 10 movies. You can have 10,000 movies in your library, but if you're talking 4K high definition files, then yes, it's probably going to be between 9 to 10 films that you can keep local, and then the rest of the numbers will depend on that. It just varies. System summary goes into a little bit of personal information on the device, and then downloads is honestly what you're downloading. So pretty self-explanatory there. So if I go into settings, I have what's called return. I have player options. I left this at default, and I'm gonna pause the video here. I'm not going to show, the network settings, anything like that. And this is the player name. So I just called it Pen Strato V. And then you can give it some presets like theater, or if you have this in a living room, a family room, even a bedroom for that matter. Language/subtitles, I let this at default as well. Prefer movie language, English, movie audio in the original language, and then subtitles and closed captions. Show English subtitles when the audio is not English. I love that. I just like the pure automation that this player and this company provides. And the simplicity of it is through the roof. And then if you want to do some calibration and testing, you can configure that here. Now, the subtitle repositioning for screen masking. So I believe this is going to be more for projection setups. If you have like a projector with the Kaleidescape, you can play with this and you can go from there. I haven't seen nobody use this in TV setups. I may be wrong, but I think this applies for projection. And you have system, I'm on Eastern time zone. My player is activated. And then other settings gives you your device IP address where you're able to make additional changes or view additional things that's related to the Kaleidescape Strato V player. All right. Hey, so at this stage, I did want to show off the store. So I'm on my computer, and the store on a browser is very well laid out. It's professional. You can clearly understand what's going on, and they just make it easy for you to get to point A and to point B. Excuse me. So when you go to the Kaleidescape landing page, they give you limited special pricing, in which there's a date in which that limited special pricing is within a certain date range, essentially. And they give you family movie night. So, hey, if you want to do some family movies, you can come through here. Got House of the Dragon on here. I have to watch Game of Thrones, actually, and I'm going to do that on Kaleidescape. I'm excited for that. Still in theaters. So you get content that's still in theaters, but you get the highest quality. is going to be equal to 4K Blu-ray or better. And that's before a physical media release. Then you have recent releases on sale, new and premium, which I have some of these in my library. I'll show you that. Alien franchise sale. I'm thinking of jumping on this. Summer savings. And, back to Action Pack. So really here, the store is just simple. New release movies, things that you can pre-order, sci-fi adventures, action-packed, new 4K arrivals. So they're consistently adding new content for their various players that's out there in servers. And Game of Thrones franchise, World War II. So you see how they're breaking things down into categories. Movies about music, family adventure, opera, dramedies, scandals. Box office hits. This can be a section where I spend some time at because I want to pick up some titles in here as well. And as you see, as I'm scrolling down, it's just a plethora of content that's already available. Animated comedies. And you can come through the store and you can put things on your wish list and you can discover some gems on here, man. And then, if you really just look at what the store offers as of right now. See, I'm still scrolling. So I don't want to have this be. That's a lot of stuff just for this movie store thing. But it's cool though. So, but you get the point. They break it up into, their categories and they present it to you. Now, movies is not the only reason why I acquired this player. It's for the TV content as well. So I go to browse all, and they have some TV series on here that I'm definitely going to be trying out. House of Cards, Game of Thrones, Breaking Bad, never saw that. Vikings, not the concept. Got The Last of Us on the wish list. Pacific, I may want to see this. So to add something to the wish list, what you do is you click on a movie and you can go to add to wish list. Boom. It's added when you see that red star, and plus it'll say on your wish list as you hover over it. You can also see the episodes, and they have it in parts. And then the download size, which this is 137.4 gigs. So that's cool. Now they have some animated stuff as well, which I'm definitely going to check out. And this is what they have so far in terms of animation, which is not bad. Not bad. Not bad at all. 2 pages worth. And as they get their licensing and their contracts together, it'll be even more content on. They're always adding content to this. And since they've been doing more TV, they've been adding more episodes and more seasons and putting that content out. So, which is good. So you got music. I'm going to go to music documentaries. And if there's anything that interests you in here, you can come in. This is Amy Winehouse, and you can come in and then learn about whoever you want to learn about, or if you want to check out just something different other than the movies and TV section. I think this is pretty unique. 50 Cent Refused to Die. Okay. Definitely check that one out. And it's cool because, they have a little bit of everything for everyone. when it comes to their content store. And because they're always updating it, there's always plenty of things to watch, in my personal opinion, based off of my initial viewing when I first got the device. Now, here's what's cool. You can do collections by studios, so by Disney, Lionsgate, View All, and they got content sets. This is cool because you can get into, this is how you can quickly build up your library as well. You can use the content sets along with the special pricing sales, and you can quickly build some things up. I already have the Avengers. I'm definitely going to be grabbing the John Wick collection. Yeah, definitely a fan of Guardians of the Galaxy. Incredibles, yes. Star Wars, the non-movie collection. You know, so you can purchase this for $115. Not bad. Not bad. For 9 titles, not bad at the highest quality at that. Iron Man, Black Panther. So you guys get it. Like, they make it incredibly easy for you to like get into this ecosystem, see the content that's out there, download it, and then viewing it in a reasonably time frame. Granted, if you have a gigabit connection. If you have lower, then it's going to take more time. Now, what I like is that you have it managed. So I am signed in, and I have my wish list, and I have, I can view various things like what I'm downloading, and I'll show you that real quick. So here are the downloads. So you can see the time, it's the average time is honestly 9 to 13 minutes. But for movies that are larger on file size, like Avengers, Infinity War, Endgame, those took me 14 to 16 minutes, which were cool. As you can see, this is very efficient on my connection. I have everything hooked up to a gigabit network switch, and it works beautifully. Now I'm gonna go to my movies here. And this is all my movies, or I can view my downloaded movies. So I saw Abigail, Land of Bad, Hacksaw Ridge, Tomorrow War, and A Quiet Place Day 1. Up until the time I got the device and up until the recording of this video. Wish I could have squeezed in like 1 or 2 more, but you know, life, work, and all that. I saw a fair amount of movies for within the time frame. And I have to say that this has been like a nice introduction to the Kaleidescape ecosystem. And I see and I understand why once you get your foot in the door, then most people scale up. You know, they go out and purchase bigger servers, for that matter, or, you know, they just want to get different products. What's cool about the Strato V, or similar to the other higher price systems, is that you can cycle your content. So you don't necessarily need to have everything stored on your device. With this one, it's going to be impossible. There's a 1 terabyte NVMe SSD. But you can have 13,000 titles. You can only just have a limited number of things downloaded locally depending on the size of the file. That's it. I can binge watch TV shows with 1 terabyte, and I can have some movies on the side. With me, it's not an issue. That's how I plan on using this in the beginning. Cycling content, no different from what I do on the PlayStation, the Xbox, the PC. This is the same concept, and I like that. Very ideal for me. Okay, very ideal. Now, this gets into the wish list. So this is what I plan on, you know, looking into, checking out, checking out some cool demo scenes after I finished the film. Some of these I've already seen through like 4K remux through other devices. So I'm aware. The movie that got me into like the picture quality aspect of 4K Blu-ray was actually this movie here, Alita Battle Angel. Yeah, like this is special one to me. So I'm gonna have to pick this up after this video. See the download size, 67.5. I've seen it a few times, so that's why I didn't pull the trigger on it immediately. I wanted to check out some other content for a change, but it's in a wish list. And Gemini Man, that's another 4K reference as well. Cool title. Along with 1917. So some of these I'm going to be double dipping. I have some of these movies through Apple on my Apple TV 4K, but definitely for the superior quality in the version, I will be repurchasing them on the Kaleidescape. And I don't have an issue with that. All right. So here you can build a bundle where you can just select things. So this is like $15. Okay. Then this is $15. So this is $29.98. So they're saying that you're saving $10 thus far because they're knocking off essentially $5 off the asking price. So you can build your bundle here. Let's say I wanted 4, and they tell you your overall savings, and then they tell you your total. So I can definitely see me doing this because I know they're going to have like a Black Friday or some type of Christmas sale because I'd have heard about it from some other content creators, and I'm just going to go ham. But what I've been doing lately in the time that I had this device is let me cancel my bundle. I've been buying new titles mixed in with older titles that I may want to demo and check out once again. For example, the Avengers, Tomorrow War. I got the Quiet Place collection, but the new one, Day One, this is a new movie. And then the other new movies is Abigail, saw that. Land of Bad, saw that. Still got to see Bosco and the Ministry title. But as new movies come out, and if I'm interested in the title, I will buy it at the asking price. Granted, it's a price worth paying for, and if I really want to see it. But then there's always sales going on. So I'm doing that as well. And I like the quality over the quantity aspect, when it comes to this device / ecosystem. So I've been having a blast with it thus far, to be quite honest. Now, I did post on a community tab. I did quite a few updates. And excuse me if I don't get the names right off the back, but someone asked, how is the quality, compared to 4K Blu-ray? And to be honest, it's going to be at the bare minimum, it's going to be equal to the 4K Blu-ray. And in some scenarios, it's going to be better than a 4K Blu-ray. So I have these examples right here. So this is Avengers. I have 4 examples, things like that. And oftentimes, Disney is notorious for doing this, by the way, where they will put their 4K Blu-ray titles on what's called a BD66. And that essentially means that they're compressing it to a 66 gig disc. So usually when you get a 4K, you get the digital code, you get the standard Blu-ray, and you get the 4K Ultra HD. The Blu-ray is limited to 50 gigs. The 4K can either be a 66 or 100. Those are pretty much the standard releases. So what's happening here is that you're getting compression on top of compression, more than Kaleidescape in this example. And I'm going to show you why. So if I go to Avengers on Kaleidescape, I own this. I'm going to go to the download size. For the 4K HDR10, and they didn't even update this yet with Dolby Vision. This is 82.7 gigs. You can't fit 82.7 gigs on a 66 gig disc. The 4K in this example is missing some data. So when I'm checking out scenes and viewing titles on the Kaleidescape versus my 4K Blu-ray / Remux experience, viewing that, you do see a sharper or a cleaner image. And it's because Kaleidescape doesn't have the limits of a physical disc. So that's the reason why. I'm going to show a more dramatic one. Let's do Infinity War. So this is, again, it's on a BD66. But on Kaleidescape, this movie is 94.7 gigs. And I plan to rewatch all of them, but I checked out a scene from Infinity War and Endgame before this video. And I saw the 4K Blu-ray ripped on the shield, LG OLEDs and all that. And this version just stands out like a sore thumb. It is the best version of the film because Kaleidescape gets the mezzanine files, which is the files directly from the studios, and then they do their own encoding process on top. But because they're not limited to what you see typically on a 4K Blu-ray, 66 gigs or 100 gigs, the file size can be whatever. It's what they determine to be lossless, looking at the original file sent directly from the studio. So if they feel as though it has to be 100 gigs, it's going to be 100 gigs. 120, 130, 150, whatever. That's what they're going to make it. So that's one of the differences right there. And then for Endgame, once again, BD66. Back to Kaleidescape. Download size, 103.3 gigs. That's just on the HDR10. They're still updating their entire movie store with Dolby Vision because now the Strato V supports Dolby Vision. Typically, the Dolby Vision size would be equal or larger. I've seen both scenarios, actually. All right. So this is what I'm getting at. You can't fit 100 gigs on a 66 gig disc. So I'm not imagining that the video and audio quality is better because I paid, the asking price for it. It's not just that. It's better because it's a higher fidelity file. It has more data versus the 4K Blu-ray disc. And, and those are just the facts in this matter. So, but you get a system like this for the simplicity and the automation, and you want to sit back, kick your feet up, get your entertainment on with you and your loved ones, and you want to ensure you're watching the best possible quality. But it's also from a convenience aspect as well. It's all digital. You can demo extremely easy on this device. You can sell someone on this device pretty easily. Granted, you get the right amount of content and show certain scenes from like nice action flicks or whatever. And it's just a fantastic entertainment experience that I'm sure will lighten up anyone's space at any given time of the day. And that's about wraps up. This is a critical addition to my entertainment setup, and I look forward to where things go from here. All right. So let me know what you think down in the comment section. Feel free to chime in. I know this was a little bit longer on the video side. but I wanted to wait a week so I could really sit down, watch the content, and give you my first impressions, with me being the owner of this device. And it's a game changer, just like I stated. But you have to experience it before you finally understand it. Watching a video on it won't do you justice. So for anyone that's curious about this, feel free to email me. Okay. And big shout out to Sammy. He's the one that, he's my dealer when it comes to Kaleidescape. Big shout out to Sammy, and appreciate you. Thank you. And this is awesome. And that's that. You want more details? Hit me up in my email. Until next time, this is Penn signing out. Thank you for watching and take care. Goodbye.